everyone, I'm Dr. Astha Dayal and I'm the lead consultant gynecologist with CK Birla Hospital in Gurgaon. Today we're going to talk all about water birthing. So what is water birthing? Water birth is a method of pain relief in labor, and it is a method for natural birthing. And when a woman wants to avoid medicalization of her labor, she doesn't want too many drips or medicines for augmentation of labor or any medication for pain relief or epidurals or spinals. She doesn't want repeated checkups and she doesn't want to be strapped on the bed during her labor. Then this is a very good option for those women. So what happens in water birth is that when a woman enters her active stage of labor, when she is about 3 to 4 centimeters dilated and she is contracting regularly, then from the labor room we actually have a birthing pool, which I'm showing here. This is a special birthing pool for the water birth. We let her into the pool and she immerses herself as much as to cover the entire uterus. So the water level is just below the breast of the woman. So the water should be clean and so that there is no risk of infection, and we have a disposable lining which changes with every patient. The temperature of the water is to be maintained at 36.5 degrees centigrade, which is just almost the level of the body temperature of the mother. And when she gets immersed in the water, it gives her that calm space of hers where she can move about, she can take any posture which she wants to take, she can be on all fours, she can relax, she gets some relief in her backache also. And it has shown that women who, because of the buoyancy of the water, the 75% of the woman's weight is taken up by the water itself and she feels much more relaxed. Now, because of this relaxation, it leads to release of endorphins and a good release of oxytocin, which leads to regular contractions, and it hastens her labor. And we've actually seen that the labor progresses much faster and more effectively with lesser need of any pain medication. So while the woman is having her contractions, we keep monitoring the baby's heartbeat with a Doppler. And after every 15 minutes we have to listen to the heartbeat in her first stage and every 5 minutes in the second stage, as is routinely recommended. Some women prefer to give birth inside the water, and this helps because the water really stretches the perineum, it makes it soft and supple, and there is less chances of tearing of the perineum when the baby is coming out, and lesser need of an episiotomy. And especially in a country like India, where we were routinely taught to give episiotomies to most women, women who want to avoid this cut can also opt for a water birth, inside the delivery inside water. So as the baby is born inside the water, the baby is just taken out and handed over to the mother, and she can there can be immediate skin to skin and she can immediately start breastfeeding. And when the mother breastfeeds, it releases oxytocin, which helps in separation of the placenta. Now there are some precautions which we need to keep in mind while a woman is undergoing a water birth. First of all is the patient selection. Most low-risk pregnancies can opt for a water birth, but generally if there's any high risk in the pregnancy, if the mother is diabetic, having high blood pressure, if the baby is premature, or if there's any reason for which an induction of labor is going on, or the baby needs a continuous drip, the laboring mother needs a continuous drip of oxytocin, or the baby requires continuous monitoring of the fetal heartbeat while in labor, these are the conditions in which we cannot offer a water birth. But most straightforward pregnancies where everything is going on normal, the woman goes at after 37 weeks of gestation, she goes into labor on her own and she's contracting on her own, can easily opt for water birth. So while the labor is going on, we also take a lot of precautions. We keep monitoring the baby's heartbeat. There are times when we may ask the woman to come out of the pool if we feel that the heartbeat is not very reassuring or the contractions are not happening as we want them to. And sometimes at the time of delivery, if we feel that the head size is a little bigger for the baby, for the mother's pelvis, and it's difficult to take the delivery inside the water, or the woman really needs an episiotomy, then it is your doctor's call and you may be asked to come out of the pool and you may be helped on the bed. So most women who intend to have a natural birth without much medicalization, without any pain relief medication, are able to manage the labor pains in water, but there are some cases when women are not able to take that pain, and in that case they can also take Entonox while sitting in the pool, which is a mixture of nitrous oxide and oxygen, which gives some more pain relief while they are contracting. But sometimes first time mothers are not able to tolerate the pain despite the water and the Entonox, and if they need an epidural for pain relief, then also they are asked to step out of the pool and take an epidural. On rare occasions, if a woman starts bleeding, or if after the delivery there is a little excessive bleeding, then also we ask the woman to step out of the pool so that we can examine for any tears and to check for the hemorrhage. The first records of it are in a French medical journal, where in around 1800 there was a woman who was having a very prolonged and painful labor and was not delivering, and she was incidentally just put in a hot warm bath, and her labor suddenly progressed and she delivered underwater. So this is how the benefits of water were discovered, and it is generally used abroad as a method of natural birthing by midwives. In India, in our hospital, we do it under supervision of doctors, and so that we take care of all the safety precautions. And if there is, if there's any issue with the progress of labor or of the health of the mother or the baby, then we can immediately shift to a routine course of action, as we usually do. So I believe over the period of years, we have really medicalized this process of labor and delivery. But women inherently were born to deliver naturally, and they are capable of doing that without too much intervention. And for women who are motivated for natural birthing, it is a very good option to use water to provide that pain relief and to provide a natural source without too much of medication, narcotics, augmentation, without intervention. And it is a very beautiful experience. If given the right kind of support and encouragement, most low-risk pregnancies should be able to deliver this way. Now, there are some possible risks which we need to be careful about, like the risk of infection, for which we make sure that the water we use is sterile. And some people feel that there is a risk of the baby breathing underwater, but really speaking, children have this diving reflex, and they don't take the first breath underwater. They actually, when we deliver the baby, the first breath happens outside the water when the baby is lifted above. And this, when carefully done, has not posed any extra risk. Also, there is a theoretical risk of cord avulsion, but there have been no difference in the number of cases whether you're delivering underwater or outside. If you found this video informative, please like, comment and share on this video. Thank you.